What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. It's currently 75 degrees out, Tuesday, October 11th. Really nice day out, sunny with a little fall breeze. Feels like fall, but it's honestly still really warm and everything's still outside. Um, Looks like, though, this might be the last update that everything will be outside. I'm sure there will be a few things out in November, but not everything. It's been sunny the past few days, and it's been very nice. So anyway, as you can see, there's some new stuff, but let's get started. This is the first update with the Mediterranean fan palm. I repotted it, and at first it was in a little bit of a shock, but now it's kind of gone out of it, and it's starting to pick up its growth again. It's looking real nice, and it's adapted real well to this climate. It's loving the weather out here. Not really much to say about it, but repotted it, and it's looking great still, and still really healthy, doing well. Very nice addition to the garden. Next is the California fan palm. It's grown a bit of red on the trunk, and we got a split frond coming out, so that's very exciting. Yeah, this thing just did so well this year. I'm excited to see the new frond push out. But yeah, it's just grown, and I moved it over here so it gets more sun. Ponytail palm, absolutely amazing. Grew so much this year. Nothing really to say about it, though, but it just grew a lot, and it's enjoying the sun and adapting well, like these other two, to the cooler temperatures. Honestly, it hasn't gotten too cold. Coldest it's gotten at night was 43 degrees, I think, about 43 degrees. But we've been in the high 70s and low 80s for the past few weeks. It's kind of crazy for the middle of October. Over here, we got some new plants. Excuse me, as you can see, it is a hibiscus. This guy just opened up yesterday. So far, they've been doing all right. I bought them at Home Depot for a couple bucks. They've been doing all right so far. They have had a problem, though. There are aphids on the flower buds, so I keep having to wash them off. But yeah, they're different color hibiscus, and this is a red one. The flower's looking really beautiful. It's enjoying this climate out here. I just repotted them. They didn't take any shock at all to being repotted. Still kept growing, and they have a lot of flower buds. And I just got hit with these seed packets falling off these trees. This is kind of a problem. These things are falling off these trees, and they're kind of painful because they're a little sharp at the end. I just got stabbed by one. They're really annoying. They're really stupid too, because it's just a big mess I gotta clean up. So fall here is gonna be kind of miserable because of all these deciduous trees, but right now it's looking nice. It's looking nice. Falls here are nice. Anyway, back to the hibiscus. Got 3 hibiscus. They're all different colors. I think one's red, one might be yellow, and then I forgot what the last color was. Like maybe pink or something, but I don't remember. It could be something else, but oh, I think it was orange. I think there was an orange, red, and then a pink one. So yeah, looking absolutely beautiful. And I'm gonna take these inside this year, and hopefully they'll keep producing flowers as the winter goes on, and they'll keep growing into nice sized bushes. But yeah, they look great, they're beautiful, and they're a very nice addition to the garden. Next we got the fig. It's grown a lot lately. Unfortunately, I haven't watered it as much as I should, so the leaves are kind of drooping, but this thing's grown a lot in the past month. It's pushing out a ton of leaves, and it's looking very nice. Nothing too much to say about it, and even though we didn't get figs this year, I'm very optimistic about the next year. Hopefully we will get some figs. I'll be sure to keep it in very hot weather, and I'm sure we'll get some figs because the website I ordered it on said that it should be producing figs this year, but it didn't. But it is fig producing size, and these leaves are massive and beautiful. So it's definitely mature and ready to produce fruit, but I think next year for sure. I'll do my research over the winter. When this thing loses its leaves and goes into its dormant state, I'll do my research, and hopefully we'll get some figs next year. Because apparently these are some of the best figs you could get from these Black Mission fig trees, so looking forward to trying these next year, hopefully. Next we got the Red Delicious apple. I repotted it. finally. It's looking all right. A freaking squirrel took the fruit. It broke, there were 2 fruits on it. It broke one of the fruit, so it's trash, and it stole the other one, ran up a tree, and ate the fruit. So unfortunately, we're not trying the fruit on this year, which really sucks because I was looking forward to trying it. But it's looking good. It's adapting well to the new pot. Expecting some decent growth out of it next year. Maybe not this year, since it's late in the season, but next year for sure. Next is the needle palm. Pushed out a new frond, but for some reason it didn't open it. So it's just kind of like this, kind of a weird frond, but it's producing these more spread out fronds. And it's still growing. It grew really well this year, especially the suckers. I'm sure this thing will still, these 3 at least, will still be out for next month's update. So, and obviously the apple tree will be out for next month's update. Because I'm gonna let these guys take some cold. I don't know how cold I want them to take, but I'm gonna let them take some cold. And maybe snow. Maybe I'll make a video if it snows early in the year with the palm trees with some snow on it. Because apparently the Pacific Northwest is gonna have a wet and cool winter. So we'll see what happens. Next, the windmill palm. Pushed out this frond, finished pushing out this frond. I don't remember if the last update it was pushing out a frond or it already had it pushed out. But anyway, has a frond out and it's opening up a new one. Look at this frond right here. It's almost 360 degrees. This thing has done so incredibly well this year. I couldn't be happier with it. This thing is literally the standout palm of the garden. It grew a little bit of trunk, but got more of its growth in leaves this year, which I prefer. Because it was over trimmed, went into shock for a few years, and finally is pushing more leaves out, and it's opening this one too. This might be the last one of the year though that it opens, because not only is the sun going away, so it's only getting about an hour or two of sun during the day, but temperatures are going down, so it's growing slower, but it's still growing and it's still pushing fronds, which is very exciting. It grew a bunch this year and I couldn't be happier with it. Also, I think squirrels got in the pot, or that's just... Actually, I think it was when I watered it last, the water power was a little too high. Also, the sprinklers are off for the year, but I have a hose kind of plugged into the house, so I'm still able to water these. I'm just not watering them as often. I'm maybe watering them once or twice a week. But yeah, very nice out here, very nice weather, very nice to see the palms blowing in the wind. They look absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, very happy with the windmill palm. It was one of the best performers of the year. Next is the sago. These new leaves are turning darker, I just noticed. If you can see, the outsides of them are still light, but it's turning darker, probably with the changing weather. I don't know. I don't know anything about cycads. I'm more of a palm nut than a cycad nut. But yeah, its new leaves are still looking beautiful, and I'm gonna let it take some cold this year, and maybe let it see some snow as well. But it grew a bunch, and it's absolutely stunning. This thing grew at least, I'd say, 5 or 6 inches in height. I'm super happy with it. I'm super happy with all 3 of these palms. The needle took a little bit to get started, but like it's grown, especially the suckers. They look amazing. So yeah, now let's go over here, and as you can see, I have a lot of raking to do, which I'm not looking forward to. Next, the Pindo palm. This thing's grown a lot as well. It's probably pushed out 3 or 4 fronds this year, and it's looking much more full, and we got a 4th or 5th one opening up right here. It's grown a little bit, but didn't do as well as those guys. I'd say did as well maybe as the needle. Not as well as the trachea though. Not much to say about it. I don't know how cold I'm gonna let it see this year, but we'll find out. We'll see. Maybe I'll let it see a little bit of cold. Next, a little bit of a surprise. We got another California fan palm seedling coming up, which is insane. This thing was out there all summer, and just now a new seedling comes up, so I think that's pretty cool. Next, the little baby Musabaju. I trimmed it up and it's been growing a bit, but not much to say about it. Next I got some basil. I cut a bit of it off, but it quickly grew back. So I got a ton of basil. So if you guys are ever looking for a potted garden to grow and you want some herbs, go ahead and try basil, yeah. Smells very good, and it grows very well in pots. Next we got the eucalyptus. I took the stick from the apple tree and put it on here just to stand it up. Cut a bunch of leaves off because I think it has some sort of fungal infection on it. And we're just gonna see what happens this year. If it dies, it's not the biggest loss in the world, but hopefully it survives. But we'll see. It's not looking too good, to be honest, but it is still growing. Next, the very tall Musa Baju. Very tall for a potted banana. This thing is leaning. The pot is not, it's hard to see. It's easier to see in person, but this thing is not is not like straight. The roots in this are protruding out so much that they're stretching the pot out. And this thing's big. I'm gonna be kind of sad when it dies to the ground. I don't think it's gonna be growing too much because of the cooling weather, but it looks beautiful. I trimmed it up a bit so it would grow a little more, and it's absolutely just did way better than I thought. The main trunk died and kind of rotted. Oh wow, yeah, this thing's definitely rotten. There are, like, what even are these things just burrowing into it? That is very nasty. Okay, so I gotta kind of clean this out soon. Look, as you can see, there are a bunch of bugs in here. They made a nest inside, so I'm gonna have to get rid of those soon. I think during the freeze they'll die back, but wow, yeah, that's disgusting. But this guy's still doing really well. But yeah, that's really it. This is the last time, most likely, that you will see all of these plants out here. Unless it's just an abnormally warm November too. Our frost normally comes end of October, early November. But as of right now, in the 2-week forecast, temperatures aren't dropping below 40. We're getting into the low 40s, so admittedly we might hit 30, but honestly, these guys should be able to take that just fine. I might try to grow this basil throughout the winter just to see what happens, because there's just so much of it. I don't want to lose it. It's nice. It's just one basil plant too. So much basil. I picked some, grew right back immediately. This thing's still growing super well, even when the sun's like behind the trees now. So we're getting mostly shade, but it's still growing super well. Anyway, same with this Pindo palm. It really took off. A lot of these took off late in the year. But anyway, just this will probably be a final update with all the plants that are outside. The stuff that I take inside, I probably won't do any updates on. So I'll try to find stuff to upload in the winter, but because I don't want to like not upload anything for just 3 or 4 months. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed these update videos throughout the summer and fall season. I will hopefully be doing another upload either probably next month. I'll do another upload, but a lot of this stuff will be inside. These guys will probably be out. I might leave the fig out. I might let it see a lot of this winter, like with these guys, but maybe we'll see. But a lot of these guys will be inside. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this last full yard update. Hope you all are having a great October. Like, subscribe, share.